our kids understood we have to finish strong to get into the playoffs, and there's been just a great focus on still working hard to get better. We know that we have weaknesses as a team, but if everybody's stepping up and doing their job and knowing their role, we've had good success with that, especially the last two outings. Especially with Courtney Walsh, where Courtney brought so much to both ends, like we've talked about. I think, our players are finally understanding, okay, do the little things, know your role. As simple as the process of, if I'm a screener in this play, be a great screener. And I think offensively you've seen more of that in these past two games. I mean, I thought we did a great job offensively the other night. So, and that pressure of you've got to win to get in, that you want, especially when you have the right outcome, you want it. And it really is I think a very special streak, because the strength of this league and the conference. And, Paula Sullivan really started that. That's the foundation, what she was able to do here at Stonehill in her years as the head coach and then obviously as the athletic director. She set that foundation of success. And I walked into an extremely successful program and well-established. And, you just hope that you can carry on that kind of tradition. So in that regard, it's pretty exciting to still have that record. And like I said, just the growth of our conference, even since when I started here, and the competitive nature of just every night, you have to be on every night that you compete in this league, because it's so strong. So I think our players, people in the program that have been a part of it are very proud of that, because it's such a strong league. There's great energy, and this team's obviously very, very excited to get to move into the playoffs. One thing I will say about this team, and I say this to them all the time, that I have been impressed with our ability to come in and work hard every day. This team, there's very good chemistry. There's a great energy to our practice setting, and that, I think, is finally showing up down the stretch in terms of our production and us getting better as a team. But this is a team that you love to walk into the gym every day and work with, because they do bring that excitement and that energy. And but certainly this week, being in a one and done situation on Tuesday night, they were really fired up. They brought the intensity, and after the win, it was senior night, so we obviously there was a lot to celebrate there, and they're ready. They're really excited about, especially when you get to start the tournament at home. That's a really exciting. We've had our challenges and our ups and downs even in the midst of the season, in terms of who we are, kids understanding their role and just the ability to keep working to get better. I think that's the most exciting thing to say. And when you talk about where we are now, you have to talk about a kid like Grace Carter, who, did not get minutes early, coming in as a freshman, and she did exactly what you talk about as a coach. You have to work hard and get to the place where you're ready. Like, stay ready, because you're not playing at all. Some kids can, just kind of internalize that and not work hard every day and maybe say, okay, maybe next year I'll get better, I'll use the spring, or even just not buy in. This kid came to practice every day, and with every week of the season, you could see her skill level getting better. And Grace had a knee injury in high school, so I think part of that as well, her having the ability to physically come back and get stronger each week. But just as a really strong basketball IQ and a very good passer and just a great intensity, which helped us every day. So now Courtney is off the floor, and Grace is ready to step up, and not only step up, but is affecting the game extremely well. So, you can't say enough about a kid really buying into that. But I think with our lack of depth, honestly, with our injuries, that became, a little bit of a challenge for us, our ability to play both ends and keep people fresh enough to be as effective as we needed to be. But, we have kids working hard on the defensive end. Kate Ross is a prime example of just somebody that's going to just work hard for any minute she's in the game, she's going to work hard defensively and work to rebound the ball. And I think that part of our defense has been a huge factor and such a huge improvement, I think, since last year, our ability to hold teams to one shot. And that, I think, is a huge part of our defensive success this year. We've been able to throw some different looks at teams this year, which has been helpful in terms of just different defensive schemes, and I think that's helped us. But I really think you have to go back to our rebounding effort and our ability to hold teams to just, one shot. Just opportunities for this team, given our youth that's on the court, every bit of the end of the season, these playoff games, and obviously hopefully more than one, is going to help us as we proceed to next year. Just that experience in the playoffs. I love that we get to play at home. Hopefully get a good crowd, get a good atmosphere for the kids to understand it's different, and hopefully learn from that as well. They're a really talented team in terms of their scoring ability. They have guards that can shoot the three. Taylor McLaughlin is just a phenomenal player, very hard to guard. She's a big kid that brings you inside, can score inside, but obviously shoots a beautiful three. She can put the ball on the floor, so she's certainly a matchup problem, but she has those kids around her, and she does a great job of when you're challenging her, she'll find those other players. So we've got our work cut out for us on the defensive end, and they're a scrappy, well-coached team. I think Kate Lynch has done a very good job with that program, and they'll be ready defensively. So I just hope that we can bring the same kind of execution we've brought to the last couple of games, especially just in terms of our ability to go side to side and work for better shots. And I think you definitely saw that in the last two outings. So it's gonna be a great NE10 playoff battle, I would say. Taylor McLaughlin's going to score points. She's a good scorer. They're going to score, but we need to respond well to that. We need to challenge defensively, hold them to one shot, and then our offensive execution has to be the same as it has been in these last two games. Just our ability to handle some pressure, our ability to go side to side, and everybody just knowing their role offensively. I think that'll be a key for us.